All aboard. Elijah McCoy's steam engine. Summer days were mowing days in Colchester, Ontario. Elijah McCoy wanted his father to cut the tall grass. He was waiting for the machine to break. When it did, he jumped for joy. Elijah was only 6, but he already was good at tinkering with tools. Elijah McCoy was born in 1844. His parents had to come to Canada on the Underground Railroad. They didn't talk much about the slave days. Elijah and his 11 brothers and sisters kept them busy. Elijah's mother and father saved every penny they could to send Elijah to school. At 16, he crossed the ocean to study in Scotland. Elijah had a dream. He wanted to work with machines. He wanted to become a mechanical engineer. In 1866, Elijah finished his school in Scotland. His family now lived in Michigan. One day, a locomotive rolled into the station with Elijah on board. His mind was crackling with ideas. In Michigan, he was going to be an engineer. Elijah went looking for work at the Michigan Central Railroad. It takes learning to be an engineer, said the boss, spitting at Elijah's feet. I've got ask that word if you want it. Ain't hard, you ballin' it, you grease the pig. Excuse me, said Elijah. You shovel the coal into the firebox, replied the boss slowly. You oil the wheels. It's not very hard. What a letdown! Elijah knew engines inside out. He knew how to design them. He knew how to build them. He also knew the box didn't think much of him because he was black. But Elijah needed work, so he took the job. The steam locomotive was exciting. People called it the Iron Horse. It was a fire-breathing monster. When it had a head of steam, it was faster than a horse and buggy. Feeding coal to the firebox was hard work. It was also tricky. The fire boiled the water. The boiling water made steam. The steam worked the machinery. If the fire got too hot, the boiler might explode. Or if it wasn't hot enough, the chair wouldn't move. Or it couldn't climb the smallest hill. Elijah went to work in old clothes. An ass-cat's job was a dirty one. Soon Elijah was covered with soot and cinders. A boy was under the train. His clothes smelled of oil. That's the grease muggy, said the boss. He'll oil the places you can't get to. A grease muggy was paid his day. At night, he slept on the train's grumpy floor. The work was dangerous, and the boys often got hurt, or worse. There has to be a safer way, thought Elijah. Elijah balled the coal as fast as he could. Sweat poured down his face. His hands were raw. The water in the boiler took time to heat him. When Elijah boiled, the greased monkey clambered around oiling. Finally, the train was dragged up, ready for its run. The engine hovered, huffed and puffed. Smoke bellowed from its stack. The wheels clacked. The locomotive chugged along about in half an hour. Chug, chug, chug. Suddenly, screech! The train and the crane stopped cold. The boy hopped down and crawled under the wheels. Elijah hopped down with his oil can. The passengers stayed put. They waited. And they waited some more. All aboard! Cried the conductor. The pig was greased and ready to go. Ch, ch, ch. The passengers looked out for the pasture farms. They talked, they ate, they laughed. Half an hour later, screech! It was time to grease the pig again. What a job! Elijah didn't know which part he hated more. Feeding the firebox or oiling the engine. The train's metal parts needed oil to work smoothly. Without oil, the parts would stick and wear down. The train would stop. While Elijah scooped coal, his mind sparkled with ideas. He invented an oil cup that oiled the engine while the train was running. Every night after work, Elijah made drawings. Finally, he had drawn an oil cup he knew would work. It took 2 years for Elijah to make a model of his oil cup. In 1872, he applied the patent to protect his invention. He took the metal cup to work. There's a hole here to let the oil drip out, Elijah told the boss. It drips oil when oil is needed. It drips where it's needed. It's simple. Why not give it a try? Surprisingly, the boss agreed. Elijah attached the cup to the engine. Just for the Camazzo ramp, added the boss gruffly. The train tumbled off, heading for Camazzo, Michigan. The engine huffed and puffed. Smoke bellowed from its stack. The wheels clacked. The train chugged for half an hour. Chug, chug, chug. Everyone wondered when the train would stop, but it didn't. It chugged along for another half hour and another. Wow. Elijah McCoy's oil cup worked. It oiled the engine where the train was running. The train reached Camazzo in the record time. The geese monkey was safe. Elijah was happy. Elijah McCoy's oil cup made train travel faster and safer. Elijah worked on the engine inventions and his life. He followed his dream. When Elijah got older, he encouraged the children to stay in school and to follow their dreams too. The end. The end.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.